Hello, welcome back to the channel. Stitch wanted me to rub her chin. This time I let Stitch help me pick out which one we were going to do. She pointed her nose to this one first. Normally I don't let her choose, but I'm bored and why not? This is one of the last two from the June haul. I'm uploading the last of the May haul, which I had a pretty good size haul and I was spreading things out. Plus I was having upload issues, like I said, due to speed with the lack of Wi-Fi. When I have enough high-speed data, things go a little bit faster. But once I use it up, then it starts creeping a little more. So it's kind of hit and miss as far as how close these are together and how far apart they are. I typically try to do 3 a week, and sometimes when the upload speed is slow, they automatically separate themselves because you put one up, it'll take a couple of days. Sometimes, worst case. And then when that one's done, you just upload the next one, and so on. And a couple of times this thing actually surprised me rather and got them done quickly. Of course, this month I paid twice because I was told I was out of data, and then I added more, so I should be good until next month. They are still a little slow, but at least now they're going within the same day. That being said, enough of that nonsense, ridiculous nonsense that you probably don't care about, concerning cats picking up beer and upload speeds. And we will get into, as I was saying, in the middle of all that nonsense, the second to last beer from June. And the second, well, no, the next beer will be the next to last set of reviews in this apartment. I will do a few in July, but due to the fact that I am getting ready to move and I have to be out at the end of next month, content will be up. There may or may not be as much. There won't be any shopping hauls except for the July grocery haul. Okay. Now that I've bored you to tears, this beer is another one from the Desert Dozen. This one is Twin Dream Double IPA, Texhex, Shiner Texhex, I'm sorry. W Double India Pale Ale, brewed with cactus water, and it is 9.5% ABV. And I will attempt to find the IBUs on this one if it says. But this one's 80 IBU. And aficionados of IPAs, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure that means the bitterness from the hops. The higher the number, the more bitter it is, the more hoppy. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And please, I am still wanting to learn. Like I said, I'm not a professional at beer reviews. I've been doing these since my channel started, but as it became more of a mainstay, I started trying to delve into the ABVs and the IBUs, and I do have a book somewhere, Beers of the World, things like that. So I'm trying to get more knowledgeable about it, considering, as I said, besides Goth on a Budget, this alcohol is popular and it's something I like to do that's relatively inexpensive, which fits with the whole on a budget. Anyway, here we go. An enigmatic IPA brewed with cactus water and a vexing duo of Idaho 7 and Citra hops. I've heard of Citra hops before, but I hadn't heard of Idaho 7 until I bought this 12 pack. So, again, aficionados, if you are viewing, or the couple of you who have actually subscribed to this channel, please enlighten me. Okay, this is Spatzel Brewery, Shiner, Texas, and it has a zip code on there too. We don't need to know the zip code. Okay. And again, I'm loving their artwork. They're getting fancier with their artwork. They used to be just more bare bones, but they're trying to appeal to a younger crowd. My mouth does work occasionally. And of course, I have my skeleton cat t-shirt. Can't remember where I got this one. It's not from Vampire Freaks, I don't think. I'd have to look at the back of the shirt, and I'm wearing it. I have two. I think the Vampire Freaks one is the one that looks like it came from The Simpsons. And this one I don't remember. I'd have to look again at the shirt. Doesn't matter. But this is the shirt for today, and my leggings are an old pair that you've seen before, which has various Halloween cats and pumpkins. And again, in the new place, I'm going to try and find a way to put up a full length mirror so we can get back into outfit of the day videos. And hopefully I didn't see a hair in there. That'd be weird. Okay. Again, this is a lovely orange. They all seem to have that hue. Again, this is since this is double hop. Yeah, we've got the citrusy hoppy aroma up front, and I've had a lot of IPAs with Citra. Again, the Idaho 7 I'm not familiar with, but the Citra I've had enough of it to where I can smell it. It's got that tangy, kind of grapefruit peel smell. A nice creamy head. Mm. Very smooth mouthfeel. Kind of silky, kind of creamy. I'm not sure if that has to do with the coconut water, cactus water. These IPAs in this 12 pack definitely have a different character, a different flavor profile than other IPAs. Again, probably because of the cactus water. They're still tangy and bitter, but something about the cactus water seems to be smoothing out the rough edges. You get the tartness and the bitterness, but it's not as bitter. It seems, like I said, it's more tame, but good. Like I said, it feels silky, it feels smooth, well rounded, almost a creamy feel. And you get kind of a sweet aftertaste. I think that's kind of reminiscent of the prickly pear that Shiner does, and the other prickly pear beer I've had. So it's possible the sweetness is from the cactus. Mm. For a 9.5% ABV, this is very easygoing, very smooth drinking. And I would suggest that you definitely pace yourself with this one because while it's not sessionable, it's so flavorful and enjoyable that it would be very easy to just down one after another before you know it. you're possibly sideways. So do buy the 12 pack. I found it at Festival, wherever you can get Shiner beer. If you can still get the Desert Dozen, I highly recommend it. You will like every single one. Every single one I've had so far. This is the third out of the four that I've reviewed. And again, Shiner does not disappoint. It's one of those brewers that I don't think I've ever had a bad beer from that brand. There are other brands that I've had, other brewers where excuse me, I've had several beers that I liked, And then there were some that didn't quite do it for me. So this one, correct me if I'm wrong. There might be some further down in my library, back from in Albuquerque when I was able to get Shiner all the time. There might have actually been a couple misses, but I don't remember there being any, honestly. Let's just put it that way. So it's definitely a hit. I highly recommend it. Again, if you can find it, grab yourself the 12 pack. I don't think you can get them individually. It seems to be fairly new. I never saw this in New Mexico. And I've been out here 4 years, so it's possible that this is something new because I do not recall Shiner having an IPA the whole time I was in New Mexico. So that's it. Where am I at in the move? Still here. I can't move until the end of July, obviously. I can move. Technically, I can move some of my things in before then, but I need a key, and I'm trying to stay on top of not potential new neighbor, the soon to be new neighbor who is working with the landlord to get the apartment ready to make sure they stay on top of things. I did remind him that I do have to be in the apartment by the 31st because I have to be out of here by the 31st. Basically, I have nowhere to go. So I used to talk with my hands, and now every time I do that, I think of something else, and it just frustrates me. um, yes, I'm trying to keep them on track and remind them that I do need to be in the apartment on my move out date because I have nowhere else to be. It's here and then it's there and that's it. That there is no in between as to where I can stay at one. Somebody did invite me to stay with them, but I know them. I know them more or less casually. I don't know them well enough to take Stitch and stay with them, and I think they have dogs, so that would definitely be a non-starter. So I also told them I don't want to do that because that would mess up their lease. So it's the new apartment or nothing, quite literally. So I will keep you posted on that. Again, yes, we will be out of here by the 31st, and I better have a key before then. And I did remind the guy that I'm going to get the rent for August by Thursday of the third week. No, it's a 3 check month. So it's the first week, middle week, and then the last week. But the middle, I'm going to get them. I can get the landlord the rent for August, the middle check of the 3 in the month, so I can have that ready to give them. So keeping them on track, and I also let them know that when I pay my bill, my last electric bill, that I'm going to give a cutoff date of the 31st as late as I can in the day. So, which leaves, that's all I need to do, basically. Cut off set a cutoff date for my electric bill next month. The middle of the month, when I get the check for August for the new landlord, I'm also going to put in my address change. That's, I think, maybe sooner because it's recommended. Bleh, my mouth is not working. It is recommended, I believe, that you have to put your notice in of address change to the post office about 2 weeks ahead of time. So I'm going to look at the calendar again, and if that week that I'm getting the check ready for the official move in, the official first month of rent for the new apartment, I will put the change of address in that week if it's 2 weeks before I move. Then again, that might be cutting close because the 31st is the day I need to be in. So I might need to go higher up in the month. Again, I will check the calendar and find out. I have to find out. I'm rambling, I'm waffling. Excuse me You know how it's been the last 4 years. It's been up and down, happy, excited, frustrated, and I've been on a quest to move into something since I got out here. And I've been looking for something even before I got out here because that was my plan originally at my last abode, was to find a permanent abode, a house. That's not going to happen. However, I'm going to attempt to treat the next apartment the way I did the mobile home, which you never saw because I didn't start my channel until after I moved. Um, but I did take pictures. There are pictures on my Facebook. Um, yeah, I was going to treat that as a permanent spot. And I've already explained, I think, to previous subscribers and viewers why that didn't happen and why I wasn't doing videos from there, why I wasn't there, and why I moved into the other apartment. So it's a long story from a long time ago. So this is going to be too long to upload otherwise. I better hurry. So enough rambling and waffling. Um, yes, next month, by the end of the month, I will be out of this apartment into the new apartment, and I will treat it like I said, like the mobile home I was in. It's a long, narrow space. It's open, basically, so I can decorate pretty much any way I want within reason. And I will definitely keep you apprised and keep you on board. And I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, I'll let you know as it happens. I will video all the things. So, if you like these rambly, weird, waffly videos, please give them a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, hit the bell once. And if you want notifications, stay up to date as to what's going on in this odyssey of mine from place to place, from my apartment in Albuquerque to the Airbnb to here to the next place and beyond. Hit the bell a second time. And hang in there because starting definitely the beginning of August, there will be, like I said, you will see more videos. I will give a tour video like I did for my last apartment, and I don't know whatever happened to that video. It's there somewhere. It was a short tour because it was a good sized apartment, but there wasn't a lot, not a lot of room to move. Anyway, so yes, stay tuned. Apartment tour, new place soon. I will show you as I'm decorating it. Well, not you get the drift. I'll let you guys go. Please enjoy the weather. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Drive responsibly. Take turns driving the hearse, which means give the DD, the designated Dracula, a chance to imbibe if they wish. And as always, vampires of the day walking variety, please remember your large parasol or umbrella and your 100 plus SPF so you do not turn into a pile of ash, so you can be here to enjoy or laugh at the next video. And of course, protect the cryptids, the shapeshifters, and the rare and unusual and endangered monsters of all kinds who need our extra love and support right now so that they don't get forgotten. They're beautiful and they're lovely and they do exist, and we want them to stay around because life would be boring without them. I love you guys. Bye now.